we now have a technology showcase on VAPAR from Sydney, Australia, with their pipe inspection technology. Now, they were introduced to me by those very clever people at the investment firm Pure Terra Ventures. They're also a sponsor of the Water Action platform. This is definitely a technology to watch. Earlier this month, I spoke with the co-founder and chief executive, Amanda Siqueira. Amanda has a fascinating background, having worked with a couple of major engineering consultancies and with a couple of utilities, including Sydney Water. She took the learning from this experience and, with a colleague, folded it into the formation of VAPAR in 2018, just before the pandemic. Now, taking a brand new startup business through a pandemic and still coming out with a strong market position and a disruptive, proven technology takes a special sort of person.
Amanda, brilliant to be with you. Let's jump straight in. Can you tell me what is different about VAPAR's way of inspecting pipes than what people traditionally do?
Yeah, so basically what people are traditionally doing now is putting in cameras into their pipes. They're tethered little vehicles that go in and they put them in there to try and find blocks and breakages in their pipe network. But all of that video that's cameraed from those instruments are manually reviewed by humans, often up to twice, just to verify whether that blockage or breakage is there. What we do differently is we use deep learning technology directly on that video inspection footage to find the defects. If you can think about it like Face ID for sewer defects.
Excellent. And I know you've got a background in consulting. So when you were at can I say the names of the consultants? No, I probably won't. But these internationally renowned consultancy, you probably saw people doing exactly this work. Was this something you were doing and watching the videos? Is this what drove you to form the company?
Yeah, so actually in my first year of engineering, as an engineering intern, I used to work at Sydney Water, and I was 8 hours a day watching the insides of sewer pipes and writing down whenever I saw anything weird. So that was back in 2009, and it's 2024, peers, and this is still the way that the globe is assessing underground pipes.
Wonderful. I was going to ask, so what led you to start VAPAR? But I think you probably just answered it. Is that right? That's what certainly was the kind of galvanizing experience for me. But Michelle, my co-founder, and I started in 2018 with that personal experience of kind of like, well, there has to be a better way. But yeah, the product itself has certainly pivoted and adapted over time. Excellent. All right. So we're still gathering the data using videos, but you're using clever algorithms to analyze those videos to actually detect the defects and removing some of the flaws that humans might have where they drifted off in their attention span or those sorts of things. That the good summary of it?
Yep.
Okay. So now tell me about, give me a time, when VAPAR's, who have you done tested this technology with, and how's it gone?
Yeah, so we started in Australia in 2018, and not long after that, we expanded to the UK. So we're operational in Australia, New Zealand, and over in the UK. We've just started work in the US as well, so in the North American market. There's a huge market and appetite for what we do in the US. So we've got customers in mainly those regions. Our solution has made a huge impact in the UK. So we work with a number of the water utilities in the UK market. A recent case study that was presented at a conference was actually with Northumbrian Water. And what we do with them is, those that know the UK market well know that there's a lot of reactive inspections that are being done because of sewer issues and overflows. What we're able to do with them is actually digitize a lot of the inspection footage that people are carrying out anyway and say, hang on a second, let's go back to this and find out the root cause of the defect. And if there's a structural root cause of the defect, raise the work order immediately so that you can actually get it remedied. So with Northumbrian Water, we're able to help facilitate a 8 to 9% reduction in their repeat blockages, which is a huge number for a water company like them. And full credit to them. They implemented the solution correctly, and they continue to use it. So they've actually pioneered the use case.
I just had to pause it there. Has anyone else noticed just how many times Northumbrian Water gets mentioned when people talk about innovation? It's wonderful. Anyway, back to Amanda. I then asked her about the commercial model.
So we charge on a per meter or per kilometre basis, or in the US, per foot or per mile, and it's basically a tiered service. So you tell us how many meters or miles you're doing per annum, and then we come up with a model that works best for you, so that it's all you can eat up to your tier.
Okay, and you're Australia, so you're in Australasia, Australia and New Zealand. You're in Europe and you're in North America. Is that because you've gone English speaking, or is there any reason why you?
Yes, and also the size of the market's the pool, really. So we were pulled into the UK. So United Utilities kind of, I want to say, plucked us out of obscurity in Australia and brought us into the UK market. So they actually incubated us and pioneered the technology in the UK. And then the US as well has been a pull, and of course language has helped. But we're about to release some language packs that can help us scale into non-English.
Wonderful, right? So what's the future? What happens next? Are you now looking for more clients? So tell me two things on the future. One is, so where are you at in terms of client acquisition and clients you can serve? And what can we do here to help spread the word? And secondly, what are you doing with new features on the product?
Yep. So clients-wise, so the region that I've mentioned, it's specifically ANZ and the UK is where a lot of our footprint sits. We've just started work in the North American market. Super exciting market. Very, very big need for what we're doing. A lot of the clients that we work with and work the best with is where they're underfunded. They don't have enough, capex or totex in their budget for the backlog of pipes that need addressing. So we've seen that no more than in the US market. So very excited to get into the US market. We're really looking for opportunities to work with North American clients to trial the product. We've developed it and changed the product so that it will fit US requirements. So very excited for that. And then on the product feature side, what we do, like you've mentioned, we catalog those defects using AI. We allow people to make up repair recommendations. What we're looking to do is say, okay, well, this is your current status of your pipes. Help people bring in the past status of their pipes as well, so that they can project forward and say,
what's going to happen. The more intelligent it's going to be, isn't it?
Correct.
Well, Amanda, absolutely wonderful. I love the fact that you've taken your consulting and utility experience and devised something that is going to make a meaningful and quick impact on the sector. Brilliant. All the best. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, and you. Thanks, Piers.
As Amanda notes, they are active across the globe and they're growing fast. So if you're a utility and would like to know more, or if you're a potential partner who wants to work with them, feel free to email Amanda directly. And yes, her email, as shown here, is simply amanda.siqueira@vapar.co, not .com.